In this video, I'm going to show you how the Absolute integrated package works. Once you've downloaded the software from our website, then you double click on the Absolute icon to open the software. So this is the screen that we call Client Base. So this is where you set up your clients, and then any part of the software that you wish to access, you always use this as your starting point. The software can deal with accounts, partnerships, trusts, individuals, limited company. It also has a basic charities template from within there, and you can also file your reduced accounts to Companies House. To set up a client within the software, you'd simply click on Edit in the top left-hand corner of the screen and then select New Client. From within here, you would then need to simply overtype these entries with a client code, a business name, the address, home telephone number, email, and the name of the client. You'd then click on the Business button and complete the following screen. If, for example, it's a limited company that you are dealing with, we'd recommend that you set up the limited company as one client and any individual directors as separate clients in their own right. You would then link them to that limited company. And to do this, you would click on the Directors button on the right-hand side of the screen. You would then click on Add, and it would bring up your client list, and you'd simply go through and select the directors that you wish to link to this limited company. Once you've done that, click OK. To open the software, you would click on Accounts in the top left-hand corner of the screen. If you've already got accounts set up for this particular client, then it would show you the years that you've set up from within here. If not, it will open a screen and it will ask you to enter the year end along with the current year and the comparative date, and then take you into the account software. So I'm just going to select this particular year end and then click OK. It will then open the accounts package for you. So the first thing that we recommend is that you go to the Client Data tab and just check what's pulled through from Client Base is correct. If you click on Edit Common Data, within here you can go to the Period tab, and if you wanted to amend anything, you just click on Edit. You can alter the year end, and if the period is longer or shorter than 12 months, you can enter the number of days and then click OK. Once you've set up a period that is longer than 12 months, when you move through to the corporation tax side of things, it will automatically apportion everything for you. I'll just click OK there. You've then got the Roundings tab. So within here, the default is code 4000, which is sales, and the balance sheet is code 1400, which is bank. The program can also automatically calculate depreciation for you. And to do this, you would just click on Auto Calculate and then enter the relevant percentage from within this window. If you then go to depreciation method, you can set as to whether it's a straight line or a reducing balance and then click OK. You can then go to the Edit Limited Company Data tab. So from within here, if you go to the Officers tab, it will show you the number of directors that are linked to this limited company, and they will have pulled through from Client Base. You've then got the Shares tab. So you've got A, B and C shares. If you've got more than 3 share types, you would need to go to the All Shares tab and you would need to enter the breakdown from within here. The software can deal with up to 10 share types. You've then got a tab for the balance sheet. So within here, you need to enter a date that the client signed the balance sheet, and you can have up to 3 signatories in Absolute software for people signing the balance sheet. You've then got the accountant's report. You need to enter a date of signature within there, and then the same applies for the director's report, along with the position that they hold. Once you're happy with that, you can then just click OK. The next thing that I wanted to show you was how to set up opening balances within the software. So there's several ways that you can do this when using Absolute. You could set up an Excel spreadsheet and you could copy and paste the entries from there into the software. You could export from something like Sage Line 50 and then import that into the Absolute Accounts package. Or alternatively, you can set up your own opening balances and then go through and physically post the debits and credits. The first one I'm going to show you is how to import from an Excel spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet needs to be set up in this particular format. So you need the nominal code in column 1, you need the description in column 2, and then the debit and credit in column 3. You then need to highlight all of the entries, right mouse click and select copy, and then open the accounts package, click on Edit in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and then select Paste Special. For this particular example, I've used the standard Sage chart, so I select that. What it will then do, as you can see, is it automatically pulls those entries through into the Trial Balance tab. You can also import files from various bookkeeping packages, and to do that, you would simply click on File in the top left-hand corner of the screen, select Import, and then select the company that you wish to import them from, and then simply click OK. The last option is to enter the trial balance yourself, or any opening balances yourself, and to do this, you click on Add Source. You select the type of entry, select OK, and then you're just going through making the postings. If you click into this box here, and then the square with 3 dots, it will then bring up the chart of accounts for you. We don't recommend that you add to the chart of accounts yourself. So if there's a nominal code that you're looking for and you can't find it, if you look for the location you wish for it to appear, highlight an entry and then click on Edit, you can amend the description there and then click OK. Once you're happy with that, then just click OK, and you can then run the Trial Balance tab. So anything highlighted in blue means that you can actually drill down on the figure. So for example, I could click on to code 1400. It shows me the postings that I've made to that nominal code. If I click on it again, it takes me to my original posting window. And here I could actually amend the entry or the figure, click OK, and then if I rerun the Trial Balance tab, it will have picked up that entry. Once you're happy with the postings, you can then run your final accounts. To do this, click on the Final Accounts tab along the top and then click on Full Accounts. This will then produce a set of FRS 102 Section 1A accounts. If I then scroll down, you'll be able to see the accounts on screen. So anything that's highlighted in blue just means it's tagged for IXBRL. So you can't do any manual tagging within our software, everything is automated. If, for example, I wanted to make any changes to the policies or the notes, I would click on the Disclosure Formatting tab and then click on the relevant section. So, for example, if I wanted to create a new note, I'd click on this option here. It would ask me if I wanted to create a tabular one. I'm just going to say no. You then need to give a title, click OK, and then within here, you just type what you want to appear and then tick include and then OK. You can also edit notes, and you can also edit accounting policies or create new accounting policies. Again, just add a title. Any amendments that you make will be reflected when you rerun the final accounts. As you can see, they appear here. You can also alter the way they appear on the accounts, so you can move the policies up or down, and to do that you just click on Edit in the top left hand corner of the screen and then Sub-Format Ordering. Once you're happy with the layout of the accounts, if you click on the Trial Balance tab and then go back to Full Accounts, you have the option of Reduced Accounts. By clicking on this option here, it will bring up the accounts in the format to be filed to Companies House. To file to Companies House, you would click on E-File, and you can either validate the file first or click on Transmit Companies House. It will then ask you to enter your presenter ID and authentication code. Once you've entered that, simply click OK, and it will file the accounts to Companies House for you. This message shows you that it's actually been transmitted, and to collect responses you just click on e-file again and then select check for response. By clicking on the trial balance tab and then back again to the final accounts tab, you are just refreshing the accounts that appear on screen. To produce the corporation tax return, you just click on the tax icon along the top of the screen. It will ask you if you want to enter any capital allowances, so you can just click on add there. If I then click OK, it will then load the adjusted profit screen. So as you can see, these figures have automatically pulled through from the postings that I made in the accounts program. You can also create any additional add backs here by just typing in the figure, and you can change the description by just over typing it here. And then again, clicking OK. I'm going to select the Cgt 600. This then loads the corporation tax return on screen. As you can see, the entries have already pulled through from the accounts package. If I click on the paperclip in the top left-hand corner of the screen, you will see that the accounts and the computations have automatically been attached, and they are in an IXBRL format. If I just click OK there, you can then move through the form by clicking the page numbers down the right-hand side of the screen. If I click on the summary tab at the bottom of the screen, this will give you all the details that are actually going to be transmitted to HMRC. So down the left-hand side, it gives you the box number and the description, and in addition to that, it gives you the figure that's going to be transmitted. If I scroll a bit further down in the screen, it will also give me a tagging report, so I can see what items have been tagged for IXBRL. You would then click the computation tab at the bottom of the screen, select OK. It would then produce the computation that's going to be transmitted to HMRC. Once you're happy that the return is complete, you then simply click FBI Transmit along the bottom of the screen, and a window will pop up saying, would you like to transmit, yes or no? You'd say yes. Again, you'd enter your user ID and password, and then you'd click OK. The whole screen will then complete with either the acceptance or the rejection. If I then move to the Log tab, you will be able to see that it keeps an audit trail of any filing. So for example, I can see here that client MIL 001 was submitted on the 4th of October 21 and was also accepted on the 4th of October 21. So if I now open Client Base, and as you can see, client MIL 001 is highlighted. If I click on the dates option, it shows me that that CT return was sent on the 4th of October 2021. I can then click OK and say yes to save the changes. So partnership accounts work in exactly the same way as limited company accounts. If I highlight Burn 001 in the list, click on Accounts in the top left-hand corner of the screen. So this window is showing me the available years. So I'm going to select the 31st of March 2020. This then opens up the accounts program. So again, you would go to Client Data and you would just check the information's pulled through correctly. If I wanted to alter the period, I'd go to the Period tab. You've got your Roundings tab. Again, depreciation, you can get the program to auto-calculate. And then you click OK. In addition to the limited company accounts, you have Edit Partnership Data. So I'm going to click on that and say, yes, I want to update from Client Base. So as you can see, if I go to the Partners tab, I've got 3 partners set up for this particular partnership. I have also set up the partners shares. You would set this up when you added the partners to the partnership in Client Base. You've also got a Salaries tab. Once you've made those entries, click OK. If I then go to Financial Data, you can start making any postings. There are several ways that you can import data into a partnership set of accounts. You could import data from an Excel spreadsheet. you could import from a different bookkeeping package, or alternatively you could just post the journals yourself. To post the journals yourself, you just click on Add Data Source, select the type of journal that you wish to make, click OK. It then brings up the posting window. Again, by clicking into any of these boxes here and then clicking on the square with 3 dots, it will then bring up the chart of accounts. If I then click OK and then run the Trial Balance tab, it shows me all the postings that have been made for this particular partnership. Again, click on Final Accounts and then select Full Accounts. This then brings up the partnership accounts on screen. Once you're happy with the partnership accounts, if you click on this tax icon along the top of the screen, it will start to load the partnership return. So you've got pages 1 to 6, which can be accessed by clicking on the tab on the right-hand side of the screen. These entries have been pulled through from the partnership accounts. If I then go to page 7, it gives me details of the 3 partners. So if I select the first page 7, it will display 2 partners on this screen. To transfer the information from a partnership return to the individual's return, you simply click on Transfer along the top and it will then open up the relevant SA 100. So there's the SA 100, and as you can see, it's added a set of partnership pages with the relevant details. To add any further details, you can click on Add Pages. So for example, if I wanted to add a set of employment pages, you just click on Add and select OK. Enter any details. And any tax taken from the pay. The software also runs pre-filing validations as you're entering details onto the return. So as you can see here, it's validating that I don't have a PAYE reference entered. The software can also deal with pre-population. And to do that, you'd click on Edit in the top left-hand corner of the screen and then Tax Data. From there, you would need to select Pre-populate. Now for this particular client, I'm just going to select Demo. So what this does is it contacts HMRC. On the left-hand side is the box number, along with the description, and then on the right-hand side is the information that HMRC hold and that is going to be pulled through onto the SA 100. If I click OK there, you then get a message asking if you would like to update the tax return. Simply say yes, and it pulls through all the information for you. You also have the ability to create schedules within the software. So if you click on the Schedule tab at the bottom of the screen and then click on Insert Schedule, these are a list of the available schedules. So the first one, for example, is Interest Paid Gross. If you highlight that and click OK and then click on Insert Line, you have the ability to enter a name, an account number, and the relevant amount. If you then click OK and go back to the form and then go to page 3 you'll see here that it has entered an amount for untaxed UK interest. You can also drill down the other way by clicking on these icons and it will take you to the relevant schedule. Just moving through the form, click on the relevant box numbers down the right hand side of the screen. Once you're happy that you've completed the SA100, you can hit computation at the bottom of the screen. The software will ask you to enter any payments on account that have already been made. You can then select OK. This will then bring up the SA100 tax calculation on screen. Once you're ready to file to HMRC, you'd simply click on FBI Transmit along the bottom. Again, it would run through any pre-filing validations. Enter any payments on account and then click OK. Once you're ready to file the return to HMRC, you click on FBI Transmit at the bottom of the screen. Again, you'd get the message saying, would you like to transmit yes or no? Select yes, enter your user ID and password, and then click OK. As you can see, the return has been accepted. So if I now go back to Client Base, highlight that client in the list, click on the Dates option, then you can see that that SA return was sent on the 4th of October 2021. If you have purchased the Absolute software, you don't need to necessarily complete the accounts within the software. You can just complete the appropriate return. So for example, you could just complete a trust return, partnership return, corporation tax return, or potentially an SA100. To do this, you would just set up the client in Client Base and then click on the tax icon along the top. It would then load the SA100. It would work in the same way in the terms of just moving through the relevant pages down the right hand side of the screen. And then to add any additional pages, you just click Add Pages on the left hand side of the screen. For example, if I were to add the CGT pages, you just highlight it on the left, click Add, and then click OK. When completing the CGT pages, you can either type directly onto the face of the form or you can use our Cgt Wizard. To do this, click on the wizard in the top left-hand corner of the screen, click on Add, enter the type of asset, the acquisition date, disposal date, the acquisition price, and then the disposal price. Then click Calculate. It will then calculate the details for you. If you then click OK and OK again, it will automatically create a CGT attachment, which will attach to the form automatically. And it will also update the contents of the wizard onto the CGT pages. If I then click on the paperclip in the top left-hand corner, you can see that it's automatically attached the PDF. If I close out of the return, go back to Client Base and highlight the limited company, again, if I then just click on the tax icon and select CT600, it then loads the corporation tax return for you. The program will automatically produce a computation, but if you do have accounts that have been produced by somebody else, you can click on the paperclip in the top left-hand corner, click on Add, and you can then browse to wherever you saved those XBRL accounts and attach them to this corporation tax return. To add any additional pages to the corporation tax return form, simply click on Add Pages, and as you can see, the software can deal with the following forms. Lastly, I wanted to show Client Base. So as previously mentioned, this is the hub for all of the programs. This is where you would set up the clients, this is where you access various programs. From within here, you can also produce standard letters by clicking on this icon here. The software also allows for various reports. And by clicking on the reports option here, you can run reports that are already set up in the system, or you can create your own reports. In addition to this, you can set up deadlines for various clients by accessing the Dates button here. Once you have the dates set up, you can then produce reports off the back of that. You can also tailor how the view is set for Client Base. So for example, you can add or remove these particular columns, and to do that you'd simply click on Tools along the top, Advanced, and then Customize. From there you would select Edit Client List Columns, and you can choose which columns you'd like to display. Another feature that the software deals with is something called the Client Portal. The Client Portal is a way that you can electronically send documents or upload documents to your clients so that they can go online and view them, and no longer would you need to send them as attached as a PDF or post them. Once you've set up the Client Portal, you can simply view a return on screen, and then click on File, and then Export as PDF. If I click OK here, it will produce a PDF of the return on screen, or the accounts if that's what you're choosing. Close the window here, and then simply select Upload to Portal. It will then ask you to enter the password that you've set up. Click OK. It will then send an email to the client, and it will upload that PDF document to the Client Portal. What the client will then do is log on to their own portal account, and they'll be able to see and approve the documents. An additional feature to the Client Portal is the ability for your clients to upload documents as well.